So I wanted to go ahead and do our monthly horoscopes for the month of June. We had a lot of important things coming up this month. We had a solar eclipse recently, which kind of lined up, kind of a cycle that we had with our lunar eclipse in May. So we're probably seeing things wrap up around those cycles. We're seeing a lot really in depth, really diving deep into the spiritual, diving into, kind of like the opposite of the material world. But we did have it in, if you follow Vedic astrology, it went from like Taurus to Venus. So dealing with that, we were kind of seeing a balance of maybe physical items and spirituality and our sensuality, kind of how we want the physical world, how we want to find luxuries and beauties in those things. So, we just did have a lot of things already going on in the month of June. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Aries, and I'm going to draw some cards from the Goddess deck, and then for our closing message for these monthly horoscopes, I'll just pull like a couple cards from the Sacred Self-Care deck. And if you hear any little like noises around, my cat is just playing with his toys in the background, so. Okay, so let's see. We got a lot for you guys. So from the Goddess deck here, I have Ona, Easy Does It, Aphrodite, Inner Goddess. We have Green Tower, Start Delegating, Ma'at, Fairness, Embody, Solace of Water. So what this tells me is that, this month there's going to be some type of imbalance, some type of injustice, whether that be a legal issue, whether that be more on the humanitarian and social end where you're seeing somebody kind of being taken advantage of, or maybe it's even more intimate, it's in your home. That's what the vibe I'm getting. It's definitely strongly, I think, related to the home, maybe balance of giving and receiving in the home, who's doing what, maybe there's an imbalance in what parties do what, or something like there isn't a balance or a appreciation about somebody's doing a lot and they're not getting a break. So maybe that's what I'm getting here too, Aries. Maybe you're doing a lot in the home, maybe you're doing a lot for other people around you, intimately, closely, or you're doing a lot for whatever it is, whoever it is that these people also that you're standing up for, or whatever it is that you're trying to bring some balance to, or you're trying to be the one to bring the balance, which is something Aries is not always used to. I'll say that because Aries is usually a sign all about the self. So I think right now you're finding a way to, or in the month of June, for you guys, the toughest part is going to be to understand that, like, there's power in doing for other people. There's power in giving power to other people and helping others get power. And it's not in a sense of the power that we're probably thinking, like, money, status, fame. No, it's about you doing what's ultimately right and what your heart and your passions truly tell you to do and stand up for. So I think that's where the challenge is coming from a little bit. And then we have Aphrodite, Inner Goddess, and Ona, Easy Does It, kind of telling you, like, whatever it is that you're facing this month, and I think also Solace, Bodies of Water, is like whatever it is that you're facing this month is going to be a huge dilemma, or is going to bring something to light, whatever this balance is that you're trying to keep, or whatever it is that, legal issues of somebody being taken advantage of. The universe is like, okay, maybe you've done your part already, you put in a lot of fight, that's what I'm getting, and now it's time for you to sit back and allow things to play out, allow others to maybe step up, ask other goddesses, spiritual beings for help, ask others for help in the situation that are involved that could help you, because I feel like maybe you're taking on too much on your plate. And right now in the month of June, it's more of a time for you to rest and relax and kind of spiritually align. And by you getting caught up in this issue all the time and being worried about who's fighting for them or whatever it is that you're feeling like is being taken advantage of, you're not giving yourself that time to heal. Let's see what else the Goddess deck has to say. Yes, okay, home. Just like I said, I strongly believe it's closely rooted to the home. Whether you're doing a lot in the home, you've been picking up a lot of slack, you've been trying to keep the peace in the home, it's not up to you to always do, Aries. We have Coventina, Purification, going perfectly with our Ona here, our Solace here. You need to take some time to rest, recharge, declutter, detox, get rid of things that no longer feed you as a spiritual, sensual being. You can't always be focused on what's going on around outside you. You can't always be focused on fighting for others and fighting for those you see as vulnerable. So I think really what you're being asked to do this month is really focus on the rest, recharging, allowing yourself to realign spiritually. I think, like I said, Aries is not one used to, giving its power up to others, or maybe using its power in a way to help others get power, because it's focused on the self. It's the first sign where you're learning, you're growing, and you're going through all these experiences. But Aries, you have put your time, effort, and energy into something where you wanted to bring a balance. Again, these are legal issues. This is issues with injustices, social injustices, political injustices, or maybe just close in your home. There's some type of exploitation going on, and I definitely feel that it could be either you're standing up for the person, I think, doing a lot of the work in the home, or you are the person doing a lot of the work in the home. It's time for you to take a break. It's time for you to rest and recharge. And it's time for you to ask other people in your home to step up and give you some help. Maybe you're thinking about taking a vacation this month. Take that vacation. Maybe you're concerned about the money because you're head of the household. Maybe you're concerned about what example you're setting for other people in the house. Maybe you have kids, whatever it may be. Don't worry about that. You need to ask other people for help, and you need to start doing what you need to do to rest and recharge yourself. And now let's see for your closing messages from the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. From the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck. We got our Goddess Guidance Oracle cards already. It's like a tongue twister sometimes. Goddess Guidance Oracle. So from our Sacred Self-Care deck, I'm kind of just looking for some closing messages for you guys. What are some ways you can take care of yourself this month? And we have plenty of things popping out. Y'all have family. We see some maternal connection here with the moon on her forehead. Maybe connecting with mother figures in the house. Maybe that's who you're standing up for. Maybe that's who you need to ask for help. We have looking at fairies, trying to find the magic in there. And positive affirmations. I think that goes well. It definitely gives me the same vibes with Aphrodite. Is like, you guys need to start sticking up for yourself. You guys need to start taking care of yourself. You need to start speaking to yourself more kindly. And you need to start making sure you're getting yourself what you truly deserve. Again, I see y'all have put up a fight for other people. Y'all put up a fight for whoever is in the home that you feel like is being taken advantage of. But I think the universe, regardless of what you're doing or not, the universe is going to try to find a way to settle those things down this month. And your focus is really going to be on, you know, reconnecting with your family and reconnecting with yourself and, you know, fixing that family structure or fixing that family imbalance that you have in the home, whatever it is that may be causing a little bit of shifts in power dynamics maybe, or again, somebody's doing most of the work in the home, you or somebody else. Maybe it was the mother figure or the paternal figure of the home. So that's just some stuff going on for y'all in the month of June. And yes, with the look at fairies, and I think even with family, is like finding some childlike energy, finding something, and especially as Aries, like you shouldn't lose that magic. You shouldn't lose that, you know, the baby learning things for the first time and going through experiences kind of like head first. You shouldn't lose that part of yourself. And I think that's what it's been for a long time. You've been giving up a lot of your personal power, your individuality for maybe the home life or to maybe keep the peace in the home. And that's no longer going to work for you this month. There's either going to be a situation come up where you cannot, you know, put down or suppress whatever your opinions, feelings, or whatnot are on the situation. It's going to come to light, and there's going to be a need for a restoration of the balance naturally, regardless of what you've been fighting for or not. There is a need for a restoration and balance. There is a need for reconnection of the family. And some appreciation, I think, of the maternal or whoever it is that is taking charge in the household a bit. So again, Aries, those are your monthly messages. Feel free to comment down below if this reading resonated with you. If you had Aries for your sun, moon, or rising sign, you might want to check this out. If you have other signs for your sun, moon, or rising sign, you might want to check those videos out, as they may resonate with you, or they may have some connection with you based on, you know, the houses or whatever else you have in those houses with your sun, with your moon, or whatever else you have in your rising house. And other than that, you can also book a Vedic birth chart reading with me. If you don't know your sun, moon, and rising, if you want to get more into Vedic astrology, which again is sidereal astrology, Eastern astrology, this is the more accurate astrology compared to Western because it takes into account the axis is tilted on, the Earth's axis is tilted. So if you want to book a Vedic birth chart reading, you can check out my Etsy shop. That will all be linked below. You can check out my Instagram where I normally do weekly readings. I do lives every week where I do free readings. So you can check me out on there as well. All right, Aries, enjoy the rest of your month.